Welcome back to The Reset. I am Sean Tucker, human performance scientist and authority architect. We are here in the Living Lab documenting the science, the struggle, and the shift for every high performance dad and founder who is ready to bridge the gap between their ambition and their presence. Are you noticing the gap? I'm noticing the gap. What is the gap? The gap is where people are becoming stupider and lazier compared to the other side of the gap where people are becoming smarter and more effective and more efficient at getting tasks done. What's the part in the center? Everyone's using it. I shouldn't say everyone, but the people who I'm talking about here, they're using it, and that is artificial intelligence. There is a massive artificial intelligence gap. Where people are using ChatGPT, where people are using Claude, Gemini, Manus, and the rest of them. How you use it? Yes, that's one part of the equation. What you use it for? That's another part of the equation. But how it can help you really create the space to think and actually perform tasks, that is the gap that is really separating the stupid and the lazier from the smarter and more efficient and effective people. I know which side I'm on. Which side are you on? People are using these tools to think for them, to think as them. If you have your ceiling of knowledge capped, you're only going to tap into a certain level of potential. If you use it to complete tasks, to actually ask you questions so that your clarity becomes your weapon, well then not only are you going to get things done more quickly and more easily, but you're actually going to improve the quality of output. Maybe 10 or 100 times what it was before. This is the gap that I'm seeing, is that people who are using it, people who are leading the way, they're really creating a bigger gap between those guys who are just using it for content creation and say, just do it for me, right? It's like throwing more money at a problem. Oftentimes, if you just throw money at the problem without looking at what the real problem is, you're going to waste a lot of money. And you're going to have the same problem where you began anyway. Because part of it is a problem well stated is a problem half solved. If you yourself cannot articulate the problem that you have, having someone come in to solve that problem for you is only going to lead to more problems and not actually identifying or rectifying the first problem. So these tools are fantastic. They can help your workflow. They can help you really replace parts of your business that used to take thousands and thousands of dollars and whole teams to help you with. But that gap is massive. If you're using it to think as you and think for you, well, you're going to hit that level ceiling very quickly, because the gap or the problem that you might have is you don't really know what the problem is. So how do you know what the problem is? I guess I can give you some tips on that. I would say, if you think that you have a marketing problem when actually it's a sales problem, look, they're different issues. And conversely, if you're getting sales in your business, people don't know what they're buying because you don't know what you're offering, that is not a sales issue. That is a marketing problem. You will hit a ceiling at some point and you will not be able to break through that ceiling. I've been there. I did that. For many years, I could not figure out, no matter how much effort I put into my marketing and my sales, no matter how many leads that I had, I couldn't break through that financial ceiling. It wasn't because I didn't think I was worthy. It was because I fundamentally didn't know what value I brought. part of it was to do with self-worth, but that's not the main part. The main part is I didn't realize the value I was giving my clients. And so I couldn't articulate and clearly explain and convey that message to my clients properly. Nor could I explain it to potential clients. So the referrals that I had coming in, they were fantastic. But they also couldn't refer me clients because, honestly, the land of confusion, if you're buying confusion, people get results, but still they're not sure what they got. Well, that's a big problem. And the problem might still continue because you're still making money from it. But eventually it will catch up. Eventually you got to look at what it is you're promising, what it is that you are actually trying to help your clients with. So what are the outcomes? And then, do my clients actually attain the result that I say they can? Because if they can't, you got to really look hard in yourself and ask yourself the question, what can I confidently help my clients achieve? If that gap is too big between what I think and what's actually happening, I've got a marketing problem, because the message that I'm carrying is going to get found out. Called a scam. Or it's called one of those gurus who really think they're helping a lot of people, but in truth, the people that they're helping aren't actually getting the results and are actually lying to you, saying that they are getting some form of result. Because if you're selling feelings rather than actual results, then you're probably going to be in a lot of trouble. Because being able to replicate that consistently over a long period of time is what leads you to more and more issues. Fundamentally, because what you're promising, you can't articulate it. So I don't know if this episode's been helpful, but let's hope that it reaches that one person who actually understands what I'm saying. And if you found it helpful, maybe you can share it with another person. It brings us to the end of the reset. If you want to stop being a passenger in your own life and start being the architect of your legacy, make sure you comment the word reset and I'll send you the 7-day integrity reset. Most people wait for their life to change. We are the ones who architect our choices. Change your state. Choose how you show up. I am Sean Tucker. I will see you in the next one.